Cross & Wealth will be one of the first Australian superannuation funds that will be investing in Australian water rights. From an environmental, sustainability and ethical point of view, water rights investment is a perfect fit into our investment principles. I'm Maz Harris, Head of Investments at Cross & Wealth. We're adding water rights into our alternatives bucket and we see it as a great fit. Diversification of investments is one of our key priorities. This is an advantage that we have over your average superannuation fund. The agility of investment is important because we can source out these unique types of investments that benefit not only our members, but the broader community. Cross & Wealth members are just a handful of Australians that have the access to water rights as part of their superannuation portfolio.
Australia's water markets were set up really with the dual objectives of the economic efficient allocation of a scarce resource and also environmental sustainability, which are really important. And that's really how our water markets came about, was with those dual objectives in mind. Weather has a reasonable impact on water markets given it drives the supply of water, but it also drives demand through hot, dry periods as well. What we tend to see is it has more of an impact on the annual allocation market, so the price of those annual allocations that we receive. Tend to see it have less of an impact on the long-term values of water entitlements themselves. For farmers, water markets really just allow them much more flexibility. So they're able to own the entitlements that they want to own. They can lease entitlements from investors like Riparian. They're able to sell allocations that they don't need in a particular season. And in a season when they want more water, they're able to buy more water from other market participants.
I'm Richard Malone, I work for Customised Farm Management. I look after the southern area from Forbes South, based in Griffith. Water market's very important for our business. We've got a diversification of assets from irrigated broadacre crops to permanent crops, and as we migrate into investments like we've got behind us, which is 50 to 70 year tenure, water's a critical component to the operation and the success of this farm. The water market's been very successful for the farms of which we manage. Having a variety of different asset classes in the water market gives us the opportunity to be able to forward sell commodities. We're able to take forward entitlement in the market to secure production for ongoing years. We use that to our advantage to shore up crop sales when the prices are good. We have opportunities to purchase all throughout the growing season and also at the end of the season. And we utilise that strategically to put water into storages, to store it in the soil even, when the opportunities prevail. The local community really have no hesitations around the water market and the way in which it operates. I guess it's created a lot of prosperity in the Griffith region over the years, and we've seen water values increase quite significantly in the past 5 years or so. It's allowed opportunity for people to invest into that asset class that perhaps wouldn't have. Griffith is a key player in the food production in Australia. There's really nowhere outside of this or the Murray Valley where you have the soil types that can grow any crop you wish to grow, that have the climate to almost grow any crop, but more importantly is backed up by water security.
The other major long-term drivers of water entitlement values are things that influence irrigators and their ability to pay for water. So what we call irrigator capacity to pay. And those things are really commodity prices, so the prices that farmers are able to sell their irrigated commodities for. It's productivity gains that we see irrigation farmers being able to eke out from their assets, and things like change of land use developments where farmers convert their farming operations from lower value to higher value cropping systems. And when we talk about value, we talk about the value that they're able to create per megalitre of water that they apply. So we think they're really the long-term drivers of water entitlement values. Other factors that really play into it are around climate change. So obviously in Australia we've seen some pretty clear trends playing out around climate with lower rainfall patterns and higher temperatures. And obviously from a water point of view and a water markets point of view, we see those as relatively supportive of values. They have been to date and we expect them to be supportive into the future.
Any market needs to be formally regulated, have proper rules in which it operates. That gives us assurance as investors that we're entering into a market that has governance, has formal rules in terms of how they operate, and that gives us visibility and assurance of long-term stability of the market. We are an early entrant and adopter into this market, but we believe the Australian water market has long-term feasibility. It fits into our investment principles, and we believe will continue to add value over the long term as the market develops and matures further.